Hello and welcome back to English Corner for 11th grade. In the world, there are many other weird jobs that get paid very well. Did you know you can become a professional bridesmaid for $1,000 per day? According to Business Insider, you only need to pretend to be a bridesmaid to a woman that is in need of one. Isn't it that easy? Maybe I should become a bridesmaid. What about you? In our last challenge, we learned how to read job advertisements and how to identify their parts. Today, we are going to learn how to write a CV for a job advertisement. This will help you out for the future in case you are applying for a specific job. Now that we know what we are going to do, let's have a look at the materials that we need for the challenge.
Number 1. Copybook or sheet of paper. Remember that in here you must write all the contents mentioned in this video. Number 2. Job advertisements. You will find 2 job advertisements in this video that will help us with the challenge. And number 3. Your disposition.
Before we can continue, remember that you can always pause the video, go back or go forward as much as you need so you can comprehend everything that is mentioned in this video. Now that we are ready, let's begin with the contents for this challenge.
Let's start with the contents. Do you recognize words such as CV, studies, or qualities? Now, let's see if you actually know them. What is a CV? A CV is a document that details and highlights professional and educational history of a person. In a CV, you can find information like the schools where a person studied, the abilities that a person has, if the person has obtained a degree, among others. There are many types of CVs, but today we're going to focus on the following format. The first part is the personal information. In these parts includes information such as the name, the birth date, and the gender of the person. The second part corresponds to the contact information. In here you will find information like the address, email, and cell phone number of the person. The third part is education history. Mention some subjects, for example, electives and TP subjects, and the schools that the person studied at. Fourth part is the work experience. In here it mentions all the work-related experience, even if you have worked as a nanny or babysitter for your nephews or nieces. The fifth part corresponds to the languages. It mentions all the languages a person can speak, for example, Spanish and English. The sixth part corresponds to skills and abilities. In here, it mentions what the person is good at, for example, drawing. Usually, it mentions an activity that is related to the job that the person is applying to. The seventh part and last one is the references. In here, it mentions people that can say that all the information presented in the CV is true. Let's have a look at a format in which you can organize the information we just mentioned. Next, let's look at the same format but with information of a person applying to a job. Are you ready? Let's see this example. In this example, we can see all the parts of the CV we mentioned before. For example, the personal information, contact information, education history, work experience, the languages, skills and abilities, and the references.
Now that you know what a CV or resume is, and you know all the parts that it has, you are ready to start with the challenge.
Step number 1. Look at the following job advertisements and select one of them. Is the first job advertisement? Is the second job advertisement? Step number 2. Select one of the job advertisements and write a CV to apply to it using the format presented previously. Use the format to write your CV and remember that you can write it on your copybook or in a Word document. Remember that this is your model answer.
When you're ready to submit your challenge, that means your CV, you need to follow these steps. Number 1. You need to take a picture or send a copy of the document that you created with your CV. Number 2, you have to send the picture or the document to my email at jballesteros@scc.cl and include your name and class. Also, you can send it through Instagram at profejavi.cc. Remember that you must include your name and class, and also remember to select permanecer en el chat so I can see the picture more than once. Last but not least, remember that you can follow our high school's Instagram at Tercer Ciclo SC and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at YouTube SC Canal. We have reached the end of the video. But don't worry, remember that on Wednesday I will have a live session on my Instagram to answer all your questions and doubts about the challenge. Also, you can send me a message through Instagram or an email too. I'll be looking forward to seeing all your CVs. See you next time!